This is Todd. So let me go ahead and get on YouTube and find the exact same video so I can look at your guys' comments, and we'll talk about this cool scene in front of you in a minute. Let's see, where is my channel? Your channel. There's the video. Cool. All right. So if you're on here, go ahead and sound off so I can see who's joined us, who hasn't. I know it's been a while since I made a video. I've been really busy printing all kinds of stuff, making all kinds of parts that I told everybody I was going to make. So I have been busy doing all that. So I'm glad that I could finally get around to making a video. So this will be kind of fun. So I spent the majority of the day today making that background back there you see for this scene. So this is kind of cool. As you guys know, I'm working on a stop motion video, and the first scene takes place in the palace. Hey, Mike. And so this is the first scene right here that I'm working on. And I had a lot of things to work on. One was I had to redo some of the figures. I was just not happy with how the figures were coming out. So let me show you. This figure here is a G.I. Joe figure, and she used to originally have this head here. And I just did not like how this head was looking. Let me get another light on in here. Hold on a sec. Let me grab my light. It's in the charger right now. Should be done charging. It is. Hooray. I have a second light here just in case that one dies. Woo! Bright lights. Bright lights. Now the bad part about these lights, when I turn them on, they shine off the TV pretty bad. Well, also off the silver thing back there too. But you can see her original head. I don't know. There's just something about the way it looks. I just like this head better. Now this head I did originally have on this figure, but I went and found a better head that I first put on this figure, which is the Black Widow, not reaction, but anniversary figure, I want to call it. And it looked weird because her head was so small on this body and this head was so big on that body. I decided to swap them. So there you go. There are the two female figures. I'm not sure which one's going to be Rio Blast's wife. I'm thinking the shorter one's going to be Rio Blast's wife, because that's the head I wanted to use originally, which then she'll be Jennifer. Jennifer! Which will be kind of cool. So there you go. And check this out. To make her hat, I had to make these little things in there the shape of her hair in order to make it fit. So you can see the back of her hair cutout marks in the hat just to make it fit. Hey Teal, hey D Griff, thanks for joining us. So printing it in brown, put a little pink strapper on it. In retrospect, I wish I didn't use the pink. It looks kind of clashes with her hair, but that's okay. And I did put the hat on extra low on her eyes. There we go. That's how it should be. So cool. So those are the figures. And this background's so cool. Check out that tunnel back there on both sides for the guards to run back and escape in. Now, that's just on my TV set, so it's not like it's actually a tunnel, but I think it came out pretty cool looking. So there is my set. Hey, Black Phoenix 77, thanks for joining us. Imperial, thanks for joining us too. I couldn't read your name with to squint my eyes and look at that. But so cool. So cool. Then, of course, I have my pillars. And I got all my guards there on the box. Got my pillars over here. And I am ready. My only problem is going to be trying to animate these for stop motion. I could see these pillars getting in the way all the time of trying to make it work. So then I have my little lights here. So I can light up different figures I need to for certain shots. So, and then I'm working on finding a way to block one side of it so they don't shine on the screen. So that's what I'm working on next, is creating something that blocks this one side here so I can get the light just where I want it and not have it reflect on the screen. So that's pretty cool. All right, so tell me, do you guys like the head I used better than the head she came with? Or do you prefer the original head she had, the CoverGirl head? Let me know what you think. Thanks, Mr. T.O. I appreciate that. Yep, I actually bought the models online and then I just printed them, so I didn't actually make them myself. But I did find the red carpet. It's just a ribbon, Christmas ribbon that I got on Amazon. And I did do all the painting on them. The purple thrones, I actually had to do some rework from the original model. Originally, he had them so that these were two separate pieces. And I had them glued and it just wasn't working right. And then also this was too long on the front. So I did sell a set online to somebody who, pretty inexpensively, that was all my modifications before I went on the computer and just modified it myself. But it's so you can put the cape in there is what that opening's for. And then on this was made to sit on the back up on top. And I just decided to make longer legs for it so it could actually sit all the way on the floor behind there and still be the right height. So there you go. So pretty cool. Thanks, Jeff. I appreciate it. And then of course the pillars, you guys know, I spent a long time making the pillars just right and they came out really cool. And I just cannot believe how long it took to make the background. I just kept trying and trying, and it's not that hard of a design. It's just basically a giant arced design with some holes cut out and tubes added on for the tunnel. But what took so long was to get it to fit on the screen just right so it would look like it's there and not just, just trying to get it all to fit just right. So I finally got it all to work just right. So they're nice, big, tall tunnels. Now, again, you can see the lights reflecting off of here. And like I said, I'm working on making some things. Not these. These are my old ones that I used to block the light. But eventually, I'm going to use some black felt type. Not felt, but black foam of some type. Yeah, because those just don't work. The cork is just not where it's at. But you can see why it was up there. It blocked the light for temporarily. Block the light. See? Well, if I aimed it right too. I got a light up here too. Oh. I really hate those big old shines on the TV. I even bought a special screen protector so it wouldn't cause shines, but it still does. Could you at least move and splay out the pillars? Oh, yes. Yes, if I'm up close animating, I can move the pillars out of the way, do my animation stuff, and then come back in. Yep, definitely. So I'm pretty excited. Like I said, the first scene takes place in the palace, and I decided to do little mini-sodes. I wasn't going to do it as one long stop motion, and I thought, this is going to take so long to make it. I'll just do a bunch of mini-sodes, and you guys can come watch them as I make them. And then when I'm all done, I'll probably combine them into one giant episode sometime with some extra scenes to make it so it's a little different. Yep. One of the hard things was making Marlena be able to sit down. As you know, her dress was originally plastic, so I had to remake her whole entire dress out of cloth and stick that on there so she could sit. It was like, man, all these little details you don't think about when you're designing the throne or putting the thrones in there, and then all of a sudden you go to put her in there, it's like, she can't sit. She can't sit. All right. Cool. Anyway, I was just really excited about doing this, showing you guys. Now, there is one thing I do not like that you probably already figured out, and that is the television. When you zoom up on the TV, you can see all the lines in the TV. Ding, there we go. Now it's clear. And I noticed my wife's TV in the other room is 4K, and you can't see them as much. You can't see those lines. And I'm starting to think maybe, see, I'm sitting here, it looks just fine. But on camera, especially on ones that are long exposures, you can really see those lines. from the TVs. And it's like, man. So I'm afraid when I do some close-up shots with the stop motion, when I bring the camera in or zoom in a little bit, you'll be able to see the lines forming on the TV set behind it. That does kind of stink, but yeah, I don't think my wife would appreciate me stealing her TV and bringing it in here. It's only a 1080p, the TV I use in here. So my son gave it to me, and I had it in my bedroom just to watch TV, and I thought, you know, that'd make an awesome backdrop so I can have whatever I want on the screen at any time and just throw it on there. So there you go. By changing frame rate of the camera. Yeah, I've noticed for my stop motion, I do long exposures, and it really shows up in the long exposures because it's not the shakiness, it's just the dots. It's funny, you can see how they're just going in and out. Thanks, Chauncey. Yep, like I said, it took forever making this graphic. I cannot believe how long it took. But it does look pretty cool. Alright, what else was I going to... Oh, you know what? Let's have some fun. Let's change the channel. Where is my remote control? There it is. Let's put him underwater. What the heck? Let me go ahead and just do a back out of here. There's that guard in the way blocking the... Maybe I have to push the exit button or return. Let's try return. Return! Let the power return! There we go. And now you can see all the different scenes I have on there. We could throw them in the motherboard room. Ka-chink. Slide over. Okay, motherboard tall. Nope. Motherboard very wide. Maybe. Motherboard medium. I think that's the one I want. Dun dun dun. Ah, I've been transported to motherboard. Actually, that looks pretty cool too. Yep, so that's kind of the fun part of this, is being able just to change the background super easy. All right, let's stick them outside. What the heck? Let the power return. Return. Return to sender. Address unknown. All right, we'll put them in midday. Midday. There we go. Ta-da! Now they're outside. Decided to move the throne to the top of the castle outside. They can see the mountains. Let's see what else I got on here. Return. Zoop. And let's do Castle Grayskull. Bum 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 bum. Now they're at the mouth of Castle Grayskull. Yeah, it is pretty cool. Let's see. Hyperdelic said I made it. Oh, you made it to the video. Hooray! Hyperdelic, thanks for joining us. Thanks, Mike. Yes, it is kind of cool being able to just move the pillars wherever I want. Then I made these cool little light stands too. Check these out. Itty bitty, they're adjustable. I can move the light where I want. If I wanted to, I can use these also to just light up an area by aiming the light straight down inside of it. It becomes like a little light pole. So if I want to just light up an area when I'm doing my stop motion, I can just have either a ambient light or a bright spotlight. I even made a super tall one to get to like the second floor of things where I want a light to aim down. Oh, I pulled my camera out of the... I gotta put it back in. So, kind of cool. Lots of different ways for lighting. And the light sticks also hold these too. So I can stick these in here as well to align it just how I want. So then I could change the colors and have different lights. So my lighting is set. It's just the reflection off the screen is the problem. All right, I'll put it back in the castle mode just in case people show up and are like, what? Why does he have Castle Grayskull sitting there instead of the palace? That's not what I tuned into. All right, let's see. Down one. I gotta hold this at a really weird angle because the actual sensor is halfway under the table. Come on, let's go. Select. There we go. Back to the throne room. All right, let me see your guys' comments. Try doing Snake Mountain or Fright Zone backdrop. That would be cool. Yep, I don't have any plans for it for this stop motion video right now, but I imagine later on I will be having plans for it. And like I was telling you guys before, I'll probably have a link to all these for the members of the channel. So if you're a member, you'll probably have access to all these in case you want to set up a TV yourself and have cool backdrops. So my storyline is, if you guys know, is Rio Blast's story and how he got to Eternia and how it all started, and his main bad guy, which is Overkill. Dun dun dun. Overkill. And so I'm still working on the backdrop for New Texas and Eternia. So I need to get that made too still. So yes, this was CoverGirl, but I changed out her face, her head, and I used one of the X-Men figures, one of the doctors, I forget her name now. And then the hat is from Old Man Wolverine. Now originally I had her head on this one, but then I used the Black Widow head from the retro figure. So looks way cool. Yep, and this CoverGirl is going to be renamed Jennifer, and she's going to be Rio Blast's wife. So there you go. Not her first. That's going to be part of the storyline. So there we go. And the bad guy is this guy right here, Overkill. And Overkill's got some really cool features. If you haven't seen my videos before, check this out. You got to check this out. Watch this. Oh, he's got the stomach gun. Not the stomach gun. Specially designed to replace inside the Hurricane Hordak. Not Hurricane Hordak. Buzzsaw Hordak stomach. And then I gave him the arms of Horde Prime, so I can swap out different weapons and stuff. And then I gave him the hat of Brave Star's bad guy, Tex Hex, I think his name is. I don't know, something like that. And he just came out so cool. He's a horde bounty hunter member, and you'll see the storyline I have laid out for him. He's got a pretty cool storyline of how he gets involved and how he becomes Rio Blast's main bad guy. And of course, Rio Blast starts out like this without any cybernetics, just regular old guy. These are glued on so they don't come off because they're not cybernetic in this one. So there we go. Are you doing a crossover between Moto and Techstar? There will be some Brave Star stuff in there. It'll make sense later when you're watching the video, when it's all done. Being Brave Star was also Filmation. So, or Mattel. I think it was both Mattel and Filmation, both. So, and of course you've seen Rio Blast, for those who have been here for a while, his cool setup that I actually used Brave Star's base for his setup. So, yep. Now I gotta find the rest of her body, because I want to be able to dress her up as the scientist as well, because that's part of the storyline. Wonder if I have it down here. Nope, I do not. So here's some more of Overkill's weaponry. So of course I gave him also the axe, the claw, a hand, and then these are the guns before they're painted, so you can see what they look like. Look how cool those look. Choo, choo, choo. You can see they're actually two different sizes because I was messing with the sizes to get just the right one. Because the trick is, and I do have the gun for sale on my Shape Boys if you guys want to get a gun like this for your own a Hordak Buzzsaw, is it has to fit on both sides of this little opening right here. And Rio Blast gun was too narrow. It didn't fit on both sides of it. So in order for it to work, I had to create my own gun. And it does look mighty cool. Mighty cool. Now, I did have two versions of it. One, you can put it up here if you want, and it still closes, so it plops down. And but this one here, I'd actually just stuck it right on there with some poster tack, and it just folds right up into his chest, and then comes right out. But, you know, they should have done Rio Blast like that, right? Right? That's what I've been talking about. All right. And of course he has a gun on the side too, in his holster. Because, you know, he's Overkill. He's got to have all kinds of weapons. Ho ho! Anyway, he's a pretty cool custom. Looks like you can add blast effects. Yes. Wonder who would win out, Horde Prime and the big bad on Brave Star. In my canon, Horde Prime is like Emperor Palpatine. Yes, exactly. Horde Prime is like Emperor Palpatine. He's the main bad guy who sits in his area and sends out everybody to go do his bidding. See, here he is when he is changed into the Marshal. Dun dun dun. And I have one gun in his hand for quick draw. And then I have one more. Oh, his gun fell off. This is my fully decked out one. When he actually has all of his guns drawn and ready. Okay, I have to find his other weaponry. Looks like it fell off. Apache Chief. Yeah, there'll be some DC crossover too, because I have Apache Chief in there. And Apache Chief, I don't know if I'll actually use that name for him or not. I don't know. I haven't decided. So you can see here's his original gun. And it just is not split far enough apart to fit between that opening in oop. There we go. There we go. See, his name should have been Blast Attack, right? I don't know why they call him Rio Blast instead of Blast Attack. And his Backpack of Doom. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Oh. Now I did paint his visor silver. See how it shines a little bit? Ooh, but still looks like the gray color. I saw someone do it online and I loved it. I was like, that is so cool. All right, so I'm excited about getting this thing started now. Let's get it started now. And like I said, though, the first episode will take place in the palace. Rio Blast Attack. There you go. Thanks, Ronald. Yeah. Rio Blast is a hard character to fit in the Masters of the Universe, so that's why I'm having to do some extra special storytelling to make it all work. And it will make sense once you guys see the story I've kind of put together for this. So originally I was not a Rio Blast fan, and so for me it was kind of hard to even do Rio Blast. But then I've seen some people online do some really cool stuff with Rio Blast. I'm like, okay, I could see that. Okay, that's cool. I can see that. So then I started to actually like Rio Blast. And now I'm doing a full feature thing on him. How crazy is that? That's just like Beastman is not my favorite for a long time, and now he's one of my favorites. Nah. Nice. Masterverse Rio Blast is under the tree this year, Mike. All right. Well, thanks for watching, you guys. Like and subscribe. Tell your friends. And make sure you do subscribe. Hit the like button. That way you can ring the bell. That way, as I make these different webisodes, you guys can tune in and watch them. It should be a lot of fun doing these. Obviously, they won't be live because it takes a long time to make them because it's stop motion, but they will be premieres. So we can watch them all together and make comments and have a good time. So make sure you subscribe, ring the bell, and I will see you guys next video. Bye now. Good journey. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Mr. Teal.